In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the manga that changed my life. Well, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it certainly did change my view on cleaning and really how I should live my life as a person and really as a college student. The name of this book is The Life-Changing Manga of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo, illustrated by Yuko Uromoto. And let's just say I picked this up on a whim at Barnes & Noble the other day, and I'm kind of glad that I did because it really did change my view on cleaning. But first, before we get really into it, if you're new to the channel, hi, my name's Canton Little, and on this YouTube channel I make videos about books, manga, I talk about language learning, and some philosophy, so if you're interested in that, please stick around. So, in the manga, it really starts off talking about the life of Chiaki Suzuki. She's 29, and she's someone who is a bit like most of us. We're a bit messy, and well, certainly like me, I'm a bit messy when it comes to my room. I'm not exactly the cleanest person, so I really relate to Chiaki. And she has a bit of a crush on the neighbor. His name is just Chiaki's neighbor. He's not even really given a name, poor chap. And then it also follows the journey of KonMarie, or Marie Kondo. She's called KonMarie in the manga. And it follows pretty much the journey of Chiaki taking these tidying lessons to essentially clean her apartment. And within each of these lessons, you get to learn something about how to clean and organize your room or your space, and to spark what Marie Kondo is known for, spark more joy. And so really, I read this book. I was initially reading it chapter by chapter because I wanted to soak it in. However, one of my friends he's like, why don't you just go ahead and finish it tonight? And so I finished it last night, and I thought it was really good. He actually read it as well, which was a bit surprising considering he doesn't generally read, but I'm happy that he did, and I'm happy that he enjoyed it. And we both took interest specifically in the folding section when it talks about folding. Beforehand, we really just need to talk about the purpose of the book. The purpose of the book is to help people who may struggle with being tidy, such as myself, and I assume most people, and helping them kind of understand that it's not hard and that there's an easy way to do it. And really, my big issue, mainly with trying to become a bit of a tidier person, is all the books that I have. And well, she puts it quite poignantly when she says that, the books that you have, you should keep the ones that spark joy, because the ones that you say you're eventually going to get around to reading, well, you don't ever really get around to reading, because eventually never comes. And that really struck a chord with me, so I found that section quite fascinating. Overall, I find that I've learned more about myself by really using some of these exercises, tidying my bed, getting rid of books that don't spark joy, and things along those lines. And well, quite honestly, I think that the message of this book is purposeful, and I think people should really give it a chance. I know that Marie Kondo is a bit infamous in the booktube community because people talk about how she thinks that you should only have 30 books, and for a lot of people that's a bit outrageous. But to some people that might be an ideal thing. Personally, I have a bit of an interest in minimalism, and with my goal of hopefully going to Japan next year, I kind of need to reduce the amount of books that I buy and only buy the ones that I know that I'm actually going to read and things along those lines. And so, but that's not to say that she doesn't encourage buying books. Essentially, if you give away a book in the manga, she talks about donating books. If you're really meant to read that book, if the book really truly interests you, it will come back to you. You will find it. And besides, selling some of your books that you might not read may be helpful, or maybe something that someone else might be looking for. Maybe a book that a child or someone who might be interested in the subject that you are interested in, you might find that book and be like, this is the book that I was looking for. They may not have known it, but it might be a book that they might have been interested in. Not to mention, with respect to, selling books, you make a little bit of pocket money back, and that's not bad. With respect to the art, I absolutely love the art style. I thought Marie Kondo's character was probably the most was the most humorous to me, simply because I find characters that look more like they're not really there, they're kind of spaced out. I find those characters to be the most humorous out of characters that I read in manga. I don't know why, I just find it funny. I enjoy the art style quite a bit. And I enjoyed the overall message in the sections, and really the story of Chiaki, and how she grew to become a bit of a more tidy person. I think this is something that a lot of people, especially around the new year, strive to be. Or we strive to be more tidy. We strive to be more frugal. We strive to be more, healthy to an extent. And well, those are good goals. And I'd say really the big thing, and something that I agree with in the book, is that you should really take it one step at a time. That being tidy, being healthy, being well read, things along these lines, it's not a all in one day sort of thing. It's a gradual day by day sort of thing. In America, we have a bit of a thing where we do spring cleaning. And so like every spring we deep clean the house, and we only do that like once a year. And really what Marie Kondo emphasizes is cleaning, pretty much a little bit every day. If you have something that doesn't spark joy, try to figure out what sparks joy, what doesn't spark joy. If you have something that for the most part, if something that doesn't really have any purpose for you, give it to somebody who might have purpose for it. And this is a very, I'd say it's a very good way to look at things, because Rome wasn't built in a day. And like a lot of things, sometimes our ideal lifestyles aren't just going to happen like that. A lot of times it takes, a little bit of work. It takes some time day by day in order to achieve the lifestyle that you want. For me, I would like to really live a bit of more of a minimalistic lifestyle. I'm not going to be an extreme minimalist like some people who live on or only have like 30 items. For me, I find that impractical. However, I think what Marie Kondo does well, especially for someone who really loves books, she's like, imagine a bookshelf, or I guess bookshelves for me, of books that you absolutely love and adore and you treasure. And that resonates with me, and I'm sure it would probably resonate with you and dear viewer. And really, I find that is a profound way to think about it, because I really like a lot of books. There's a lot of books on my shelf that I do like. Man, I have manga, I have philosophy, I have classic literature, I have books in foreign languages. Books really do spark joy for me. And then there's some books on there where it's like, am I ever going to get around to reading it? If I'm not going to get around to reading it, then why do I have it? Then there's things on my Kindle, and that saves a little bit of money, but you win some, you lose some. Now, I recommend this book for pretty much anybody. I think it is a fun story. It's a fun story. Has interesting tips, has great lessons. The art style is very, very, very minimalistic. Minimalistic, yet it conveys a lot. Simplistic. And that's not to say that the art's bad or anything along those lines. I like the art style. I think it's good. In terms of just life and what lessons I take from this, I take positive lessons from this, insofar that anyone can achieve the point of this book. And that point of the book is to find the magic of cleaning. And that life really begins after you have that tidy space, once you feel that joy, once you feel rejuvenated. Because a lot of times with messy rooms and messy apartments, kitchens, things like that, it messes with, it doesn't help your mental state. Sometimes you just feel overwhelmed by it. You don't want to look at it. You just ignore it. And well, by being a tidy person, it helps you kind of start sparking the joy. And again, it's a gradual process. It's not an all in one day sort of process. So I highly recommend this manga to you. I hope you pick it up and read it and tell me what you thought in the comments below. Anyway, guys, I will see you soon. I think the next video I might be doing will probably be a Dostoevsky video, and maybe a video on the Red Rising series. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys very, very soon.